I don't really know what to title this video, but there's something that I've been noticing of the last, I say few months because to begin with, I didn't really pay tons of attention to it, but the more it happened, the more I paid attention to it. It seems like of what actually shows up in the social type stuff on PlayStation 4, at least for me, ain't correct. That goes for each individual game and then also for what is posted in the activities and stuff, like on the individual player's profile. But for first, I'll start with the games. To begin with, the most straightforward, because I have a direct example of it. It's like for Gran Turismo 7 on PlayStation 4, it shows the popular videos posted directly from PlayStation 4, like the direct capture footage. Throughout all the time, it seems like an utter crap suit on if you edit it on Share Factory, if it shows up or not. I haven't even found a formula to ensure if something edited on Share Factory shows up or not. Sometimes it does or it doesn't. But the video that I'll see an example of want to show the videos on there is not in Share Factory whatsoever. It was just the direct footage. So, like, to show it, folks, here's GT7, go down, and then to what's trending. From what I can tell, for all of the games, the live streaming is correct. It's, I guess I can show this too. I'm recording this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. It's about as prime time as it gets, at least for US. And I've noticed this ongoing more and more throughout time, but I'm recording this specifically now because it is more prime time, so it's probably showing the best case scenario, and it's still like it is. Wait to release this video for a bit so I can try and get more evidence as well. But this is just one time that I'm actually recording it because, again, this right now, Saturday at 7:30 p.m. should be about the best case scenario as it is. It's still it. So, yes, like I said, the live streams for all the games seem correct. It sounds about right. But look at the video. For Direct Capture PlayStation 4, the best one after the new 1.56 update's been out for a bit has 131 views, and the next has 58, and it's on down through that. It seems like back a few months ago, even on kind of dead times, that there would be at least multiple videos with many hundreds of views. Probably had to go down to about the fourth or fifth video on the list before you actually had to click the thing to show all of the videos before it got under 100 views. Now the second video on the list is under it, even the most has 131. Plus, here's my exact example. I mean, not to brag or anything, because YouTube is not my main platform, so whatever the algorithm does, whatever the algorithm does, I just use it to either point out problems like this, so it gets to as many people as possible, and or to advertise for Library and Odyssey. That's really about the only reason I use YouTube anymore. But the video, because it was PS4 direct footage, I went ahead and by default, it's on YouTube, because that's just how it works. They can upload the direct footage directly to YouTube. As of now, Saturday at, again, about 7:30 p.m., has 93 views. And it's been out for, well, not long after the update came out. So that was, what, like Thursday at early in the morning. So it should have easily had time to update and show up at this, well, after 2 days it came out. So it should be like here. It should be the second most popular video. Not to brag or anything, but that's just my most direct example. That should be straightforward. Is just by using deductive reasoning, it should show up. But what really got me to notice it to begin with, not just with videos, but also the social stuff, and I made a post about it a bit ago, is that posting to activities on PlayStation 4 just doesn't really work properly either. This is just going to my account and then to media. This has always been a problem, is when you go to the media, the video views don't show up correctly for like a while and a half right yonder. It takes borderline even a week before that shows up correctly, but that's always been a problem that it doesn't seem like Sony is ever going to fix, so just ignore that. But then to screenshots. The last screenshot that it says that I actually put to activities, or anything really, this was over a year ago on GT Sport. I'm pretty sure I posted this like early January or something of 24, like a little bit before GT Sport ended. But then yet, going to the activities like I was talking about, look at all these. A whole heck of heaps. Admittedly, I posted that later than I thought. I got confused. I forgot. I did actually end up reposting that. I forgot because I wanted to see. I was gonna do a video on it. I reinstalled GT Sport just in the downtime of GT7, but then I realized that uninstalling GT Sport, because PD only half-assed actually made it accessible after servers came out, even though like the cards and stuff saved to your profile, the videos don't. So I reinstalled GT Sport because I was actually going to do some special-tating of videos that I had saved directly on there. Uninstall and reinstalling gets rid of all the videos that save on there. So yeah, PD half-assed. So what I was doing is I reposted a screenshot of a previous thing that wasn't even a direct screenshot from the game. It was just repost an old screenshot, and yet that worked because I wanted to test it. I wanted to test to see if that screenshot would show up in GT Sport, like of how it just showed earlier in the video with GT7, and then go press down and then go from there. And that showed up. Not the actual directly at the time taking a screenshot from GT Sport, because all the screenshots and videos were removed, but an old one, and that still even showed up. So I forgot, there were 2 different times I did that. I did do it January 24, but I wanted to test it again to see if it was working. So yes, folks, the last time I was able to get anything to work, and it wasn't even actually directly from the game, it was repeat to test something, was late October of last year. So really, it's been a while and a half, aren't you? So what's happened since then? Well, like it says there, the copying got slower, which actually, come to think of it, is that was roughly around about the same time, too. Not exactly. The copying was a little bit before, like I said here, but still, it's irrelevant. It's like for any of these, you can actually go on my profile directly on PlayStation and look if you want, but for any one of these, click it and look what it says. Commenting is not allowed for this activity. And this is on my account. I'm not even allowed to have comments open on account. So at first, not really all that long ago, what I was thinking was going on, frankly, is that I got shadow banned again because of this post. Like what I mentioned a little bit before, I'll read out the whole thing. There we go. Yeah, it's not the best lighting. I swear the copying on base PS4 is a lot slower now. But that's not really, I don't think, what got me in trouble. It's that I thought at first. Because almost directly after that was when I started noticing the comments being disabled. But then later on I figured out is, oh, after that post, yeah, the comments were disabled, but there's stuff in between that too. There's about a month gap in between what did and didn't work. So I don't even think it was this. At first, I thought it was. Looking back at it. And really, even that first lasted to about here. I guess I'll go back so you can see the date. Like I said, I'm doing this all live and unscripted like most things here. Even to... what would that be now? A little over 2 weeks ago or something. I genuinely thought it was me just individually getting shadow banned because I wanted to test it. I posted this knowing by that point that it hasn't been working for a while. I'm not really going to bother reading all that. Hopefully y'all can see that. But anyway, the point being is that even at that point, not all that long ago, I thought it was honestly me being shadow banned, but I'll get to why I really don't even think it's me anymore in a minute. But to kind of cap off this first part of the video is that, yeah, from what I can tell, it started going on around about early November. My initial thought of, like I showed before, where I just posted something negative about Sony in late November, I think it ended up being irrelevant. It was just already going on for a lot of people by that point. So I don't think it's just me being shadow banned, but here's the proof for what I don't surely know what's going on. It's more than just me. But I'll show it. To begin with, I mean, one of the more straightforward things is just like I said, even early on, of even in kind of down times for GT7, like well after an update comes out, of like these, the top video usually have over 500 views, then maybe 300, 200, 150, 100-ish. Here, there's like one video with barely even over 100 views. So if even with GT7, you can kind of see it, as it seems like there's either the views are way down or just there's a whole heck of a heap of less videos showing up, and the views should not be way down right now soon after a fairly talked about, I'll put it like that, update comes out. You can say what you may of the quality of it, but I mean, at least with the Unimog and stuff, got pretty talked about and publicity around it, thus the views of the video should be doing it. I guess another thing that I can show, like I talked about with my own screenshots too, is I can show these screenshots for GT7 as well. The most popular GT7 screenshot, again, not long after an update, has 2 views. 2 views. 1 comment, 2 views. 1 view. Nothing. Which means actually, like, physically clicking on it. Granted, I'm almost certain that never could I, like, click on it right now and then back out and then that shows the view. It takes a while to update. But still, even that's lower as well. I talked about my screenshot, so there's public screenshots. There does start to be a bit of a trend, but maybe you're thinking as though there's something going with Gran Turismo 7 specifically. The bulk of what I posted, like, in the activities and stuff for GT7 as well. Maybe it's error on PD's part or something like that. Or let's go to, like, the most popular game probably on the PS4 total. It's Fortnite. Like I said, the live streams seem to be correct. I really don't think that's a problem. There's always been a problem that, again, Sony's never addressed, is that the Twitch streams just simply don't show up. When you do it like this, if you physically click on it and then the Twitch stream will run, but it doesn't ever do the preview correctly on the Twitch streams. But Sony's never even bothered to fix it on the PS4, and given we're far into the PS5 now, really I don't think that's ever going to be fixed for PS4, but that's not the point. Look at the videos even on Fortnite. I mean, I know the PS4 is an older system, and I guarantee you there's some that get well over 2,000 views there. Even last video doesn't even get 1,000. I guarantee within the last week, these update on a weekly basis. I guarantee within the last week, there's been at least 5 videos of PS4 footage of Fortnite, the biggest game there is, to get over 1,000 views, and I guarantee there's been one that's at least got 2,500. I guarantee it. And to end off too is the screenshots. The GT7 screenshot, the most views it got was 2. Or Fortnite, again, about the biggest game ever, probably the biggest right now on PS4. 6. 6 views. It still says there's a fair few screenshots, and maybe it's one of those things where if you actually click this, it shows up correctly, and I guess you could say the same of the videos as well. But in terms of what actually shows up here, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't here. I don't know enough about Fortnite. And even, it might sound kind of sacrilegious or whatever to say, I can't even say for sure really with GT7 either, because as much as I try and promote streams and all that, we're probably once the Odyssey Arweave stuff is fully figured out, I'll bring back the Creator Showcase series. There's so many foreign streams and all that, especially with GT7, is a lot of them I don't know. So I can't really tell for certain if the... Wait for it, folks. That's just my slow internet, that's not really Sony. If... like this part shows up correctly. But nonetheless, let's say best case scenario and say that this part does show up correctly. You still can't comment on the stuff. It's not really all that relevant. Even if it is showing up correctly in this, and there's no comments, like I said, directly with mine, and for that matter of who's on my friends list as well, like, your GT7, at, wait for a this player is actually on my friends list. If I actually go to that player's profile and then look through all that, I can't actually comment on that either. So, at least for multiple people, the only way I can really tell if that is to friends list because of privacy settings and stuff. But still, there's people on my friends list getting directly affected. I can see that too. So, like, when Fortnite, the most popular screenshot of last week has 6 views, something is definitely going on. I first started having a little bit of notions of it back in November, and initially I kind of, over time more and more, but even initially kind of had my suspicions that I got shadow banned because I posted negative stuff about Sony with the copying. And I still very much stand by that. To me, it seems like the copying, at least for GT7, but I'd even say for all the games, as I notice it more for GT7 because that's the one I try to get the content out as quickly as possible after an update. Really, of any other games, I don't really care all that much of how quickly I get content out after update. So I don't really notice it as much as 7, but still I think it's relevant for all the games, but definitely is for 7. And copying is still solid, and I very much stand by that, and I will not apologize in the slightest. If I don't really have any way that I can outright prove it, I'm still going to very much stand by that there's not a ratio of, while of course if each update makes the game slightly bigger, so of course if each update the copying would take slightly longer, it's of a ratio that's way longer now than it used to be that does not at all correlate to the size of the game, and I very much stand by that. I don't know if that's a Sony error and that's something they can fix, or if that's one of those that's just kind of subtly forcing it upon us to get it PS5 by just doing subtle stuff to make the PS4 worse. I don't know. But nonetheless, that's when I first started noticing it, and then I guess the bookend and off kind of like how I started. That, wait for it, folks, that's just my slow internet again. Really slow internet. There it goes. This, and again, wait for it. This would correlate pretty well, but then yet it doesn't. It's many, many, many months behind. So, yeah, I don't think it's just me. Because, I mean, even when the top, like, Fortnite screenshot, that's probably the most insane to me, is that the top Fortnite screenshot of the last week has 6 views. 6. I guarantee that ain't true. There's a lot of stuff not sewn up. Of course, GT7 is what I know best, but I'm pretty sure it's across all the games, and it's at least on PS4. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a worldwide thing, because it seems like some people on my friends list of other countries are being affected by this too. But at least of like the visuals of what it's showing is incorrect, and that's annoying. But I don't know, to me, the main thing is like the commenting on stuff. I have it in my settings to where theoretically anyone can comment on anything. The only thing that I have more private is to show online, because even though like my PS4 is obviously connected to online right now, where I don't have the PlayStation Plus, I described that debacle before, I don't really see of any benefit to show that I'm online in terms of actually like gaming and stuff, because I can't really play with anyone else online. So to me, it's kind of a misnomer to say, well, I guess technically online, and that my PS4 is connected to an online network. If no one else benefits from that, to me, it just seems kind of like falsely showing if I were to put it to show that I'm online, because it's not like I can do anything with anyone else. If I am. Anyway, other than that, everything else is public. I mean, y'all can take it as you may, but I mean, for the most part, I add people, friends, and all that. And all. As the years go by more and more, but especially more recently, I'd post to like the media and stuff like that. Various stuff. Granted, these two are videos too, just the screenshots to kind of promote the video. And admittedly, that's a lot of it too, just to promote the actual videos. I'm not gonna deny that. Like, that's part of a video. That's part of a video. That's part of a video. But when it started here, and that was November, this point it needs to be fixed. We're in March now, 25. I mean, there's no reason for this to be issued. And the problem is like I said, I don't even know what the title of the video. I definitely don't really know how to end, because I don't exactly even fully know what the problem is. Some videos show up perfectly fine. As you can see, there are some videos that are shown. I don't know if it's like a region thing, like some regions are shown as they should, but some aren't. I don't know why, at least from what I can tell, the live streams seem to be shown correctly. I don't know what the combination of things you have to do for the screenshots to show. I don't know what's going on with comments, whether it is a video or a screenshot. I don't know. I just know in general that definitely does need fixed. Frankly, I was pretty damn close to just making an outright video saying that I was shadow banned. Really, about the only thing that made me not end up doing that is after this most recent update, I went down. I pressed down on the controller to then go to videos, because I figured there'd be a whole heck of a heap of videos like with the Unimog and stuff, and not so much, folks, not so much. So that's the beginning of when I started doing more research, figuring stuff out. Like I said, I'm not posting this video directly after making it either, because I'll do a bit more research and stuff, because right now is like prime time. I'll wait too for like more of a downtime and stuff like that to see if I can tell a difference there too. But overall, there's obviously a problem that needs fixed. When we can't even comment on stuff anymore, yeah, that's pretty cop-picking terrible, folks. And hopefully y'all can actually visually see like what's going on with this. The last time I tried to upload a video directly with my phone that's this long, that's not just showing a black screen, it didn't particularly work. But I'll do very much what I can for this video to show up, even if it ends up having to be like 240p or something like that. This is important. You can even look for yourself if you have a PS4. Maybe it's just a standard PS4, maybe it's not even a Pro issue, maybe it's a Reason issue. Again, I don't truly know, but I do know that whatever's going on, I don't think it's just me, so it needs to be fixed on whatever level it is. Regional, global, whatever it may be. It definitely needs fixed, because while it's annoying that I might end up having to go okay, my internet's really slow, but I did this earlier, so you know what I'm talking about. To the end, there, nope, it still didn't do it. And it went back, my internet's ungodly slow. You know what I'm talking about, to that. To see everything, and again, I'm still not even knowledgeable of even GT7 to tell if everything's there, because there's a lot of international non-English streams I'm not so sure about. That's annoying, but it's downright console breaking. I guess I can't really say game breaking if this, but console breaking. You can't even then comment on the stuff, whether it's a video, a screenshot, or whatever. That definitely needs fixed. There's no point in doing a boycott or anything like that, but I'm still gonna stick to what I said of my last thing, and y'all saw it too. I'm not going to post any more of the stuffed activities and all that if people can't comment and all that. I have everything other than this physically showing if I'm online as public. So there should be no problem there whatsoever, and it seems like there's a problem for a whole heck of a heap of people. That definitely needs fixed. If it gets to the point where we can't even comment on each other's stuff, then it's not so dang of a look for Sony now, is it? I hope it's not one of those where it's just yet again they're forcing people to get a PS5. They're purposely making the PS4 even more obsolete just so that it entices more people to buy PS5. I hope it really ain't that. I don't think it is, because it seems very much random, emphasis on the dumb for what does show up. You'd think if they want people to get a PS5, then they would be doing that more to like their PS4 or more, I guess I can say more PlayStation exclusive games, and not something like Fortnite that you can even play on your phone or whatever. It seems irrelevant to even be censoring what shows up and all that to Fortnite, because that's irrelevant to PS4 or PS5 or whatever. But yeah, who knows? All I know for sure is that it definitely needs fixed, and I guess share, even if it's not this video, this general issue, as many people as you know, because the quicker this gets fixed, the better. That's for sure, folks, that's for sure. And until it does get fixed, it most certainly ain't worth the e-haul.